Don't do abs, I mean it. I don't think that doing crunches and plank holds will help you get a six-pack. I think there is a lot of misconception and misinformation about abs. So in this video, I want to show you the basic principles if you want visible abs, but I also want to go beyond the aesthetics of this body part and show you that there are more important things than just having a six-pack. By the way, this is my second video on this channel. I've just launched it because I want to share what I learned during my own physical practice, and also I want to help you build a strong body that ages well over time and maintains vitality. Okay, so let's talk about the six-pack. It's a bit like a symbol of aesthetics in the world of fitness, but also in our society. And I admit, I also find it cool to have a six-pack, and I'm grateful I can still see mine at 35. So visible abs are kind of a beauty standard that lasted. We see them in statues of Greek gods. Maybe it's because it reflects qualities like health, strength, discipline. So how to have a six-pack? First, I want to remind you that we all have abs, and whether they are visible or not depends on your body fat percentage and the volume of your muscles. And we are not equal in our ability to reduce and maintain low body fat. It depends on age, gender, body composition, and lifestyle. It's easier for some and harder for others. As for me, I feel like I've been on the lucky side. When I was younger, I was pretty skinny. I had a fast metabolism, so I could eat a lot without gaining too much fat. And I think I started to see my abs in high school. So when I started bodyweight training, so in my 20s, I was able to keep them visible without paying too much attention to food. But then in my 30s it was different. My body started gaining fat more easily when my lifestyle was not optimal. So I don't feel as lucky as I used to. So I deeply believe that my habits and lifestyle play a major role in still having visible abs at 35. So these habits are part of me, of my identity, and they make so much sense to me that I don't even need motivation to maintain them. So what are these habits? I will not tell you to have a low carb diet or do tons of cardio, and it could work. But the issue is that if maintaining this lifestyle is mentally exhausting and you feel frustrated because you're constantly restricting yourself from eating when you're hungry, then I don't think that's a sustainable and healthy lifestyle. A healthier approach would be to understand your body, treat it like your best friend, and listen to it. So move every day, eat more protein, no processed food, and eat by listening to your hunger. That is key. And then optimize your sleep. So do that and observe if your body starts changing. So now let's talk more about the physical practice. So one common misconception about visible abs is that you need to do long ab circuits with crunches and plank holds. But actually your abs are working in all your movements. They support your posture when you're standing, walking. They stabilize your spine when you lift weights, and they transfer energy as you move. To be honest, I don't spend much time training them because they are already engaged in most of my exercises. For example, when you are doing squats and deadlift, you have to use them to stabilize your spine. Also body weight exercises like pull-ups, dips, muscle-ups. So they are great because they develop relative strength, which lets you build muscle without adding extra bulk and feeling heavy. Speaking of building muscle, I think that developing muscle mass is great because it helps you boost your metabolism. So therefore you burn more calories at rest. But in terms of exercises that directly target my abs, I mainly do two exercises that stimulate them a lot: the hell sit and the hanging leg raises. So these are exercises that gymnasts do to build their core strength. And for me, gymnasts are the king of core strength. So these core strengths help them to stabilize their body in space and also generate a lot of power in their acrobatics. So the L-sit is one of the best ab exercises you can do. It's extremely effective to build powerful abs and hip flexors. And if you reach a level where you can hold it like 2 or 3 minutes, which is a lot, you will find all the other ab exercises way easier. So hanging leg raises are also a staple. They train abs and hip flexors, but they also improve your hip flexion mobility because you have to close the angle between your torso and your legs. So these two are compression exercises. They have a lot of benefits to improve your overall conditioning, and they are super useful if you want to progress in advanced bodyweight skills like the straddle press to handstand. So if I had to recommend only 2 exercises, it would be these 2, but there are also 3 more I would like to share. So the hollow body hold. So it is also a gymnast exercises that activates especially the lower abs. So here's how to do it. So lie down, lift your legs and shoulders and press your lower back into the floor. There should be no gap between your lower back and the floor. Then, to make it harder, slowly lower your legs, but make sure to tilt your pelvis backwards. That keeps your lower back flat on the floor. So this move builds awareness, strength, and control in the lower abs. And the lower abs are really hard to activate. So be patient, it takes time. So another exercise is the GHD sit-up. It's one of the rare exercises that trains the abs in extension, and it is interesting because we often train our abs in their short positions, and in this move the body fully stretch and then explode on the way up. So it develops mobility, elasticity, and real power. So this kind of training transfers well to movement like back handsprings or even kicking a ball harder. Also, jumps are really interesting for the abs, especially high box jump. So they are great to build explosiveness in the legs, but also in the abs, because you have to bring your thighs quickly to your chest. So it requires to use your hip flexors and your abs, and they transfers well to acrobatic moves like backflips. Also, I find acrobats a great example of athletes with a smart and powerful core. I honestly think that the L-sit is a time saver, because if you can get strong at it, you will find any other ab exercise way easier. But I think there is an even more interesting approach than training abs directly. It's training your spine. Developing spinal intelligence is something we don't often think about, yet it's key for mobility, vitality, and quality of life. There's a Chinese proverb that says you are as old as your spine. I think that makes so much sense. I think that understanding that abs are important, but they are just a piece of the puzzle in spinal training, is a healthier vision for our development. We tend to train abs in linear movements, but your spine can move in many directions, so your abs too. So you can bend, twist, stretch, and we often forget to stretch the abs, which is key for their health. I didn't talk about the lower back muscles in this video, but of course they are just as important as your abs. We tend to only train what we see in the mirror, but the posterior chain is key to build a strong and capable body. So I want to remind you that doing crunches won't get you a six-pack. The most important thing is building healthy habits. Try to feel what your body really needs. I believe that your body often looks like what it's capable of and what your habits are. So if you are doing movements where your abs are really stimulated and you have good healthy habits, then you are in the right way to visible abs. But beyond the six-pack, what matters most is moving, understanding that every part of your body has a function and is meant to move. And remember that focusing on your spine is a much more healthier and sustainable way to build a body that ages well. So train for your health, not just for the look. Your body will thank you, not just today, but in 20 years. So give these ideas a try, and if your abs show up, great. If not, who cares? What matters most is that you move better and feel great in your body. I hope this video helped you see abs differently, so if you enjoy it, feel free to subscribe. I will keep posting videos like this on other topics, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.